Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we got to go. You guys.
So did
You know you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A., I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Let's
I got it.
You're my guy, but I'm talking to you.
What do you mean we haven't talked about it? Years ago, you weren't resonating. Years ago, you didn't have an audience. Years ago, you didn't have that audience because even the women weren't supporting the WNBA. It was for me to sit there and hear Monica McNutt say that about me. Good. When I'm the one who handpicked our roster on First Take. What she said is blatantly false.
The fuck you can't get on me. I might jump on the stage with a stick on me. Every cornerback women got a pick on them. Every Glock in it big got a dick on it. How you watching my live won't click on it. I'm a butt on the road and no tick on it. They ain't tell you about root, I got a kick on me. I just pray that my dog don't switch on me.
Forget the intro. Let's get right into it, man. If you guys have noticed the recent turmoil involving First Take Stephen A. Smith and former WNBA player Monica McNutt. Pause. Yes, her name is Monica McNutt. I digress. So they had a back and forth where Monica I'm just going to be real, even though a lot of you Negroes refuse to be real. It's all about this fake black power crap, but I'm going to keep it a buck. Stephen A. Smith is the executive producer of First Take. Stephen A. Smith has the sway over there on ESPN. He's top dog. Whether you like him or not, he's top dog. And he gave Monica the chance to speak her mind. Monica threw personal jabs. It was nothing professional about it. Let's make that straight. And before I give my commentary, I'm going to let the It Is What It Is podcast give and chime in with their thoughts, because Maurice Clarett, by the way, who has been a very great gem in this space, basically spoke the thought process I had on the matter, like some of us, because even though Stephen A. has dug a hole for himself countless times, there are those of us black folks that do not think like the majority of you. You know, you want to call Stephen A. raccoon every now and then. You want to call him all these, horrible, horrendous things to say because the man's winning. Whether we agree or not, he's winning. And I saw a lot of you ninjas giving Monica McNutt a pass for being ghetto on national television. Yeah, I said it. That always seems to come out in the worst possible time. Now, I'm going to slow down on my diatribe and let Maurice and the gang cook.
Yeah, I was going to add on to the piece where Monica had, she kind of sneaked this Stephen A. when she said, respectfully, you could have done this, right? And I think that for so long, Stephen A. becomes like the Caitlin Clark of the media space. And, he's had the loudest voice. He's had the biggest platform. He's made the most money. And he's on TV every day in everybody's face, right? So naturally, when you're one of the biggest voices and you're the black person, right, you're naturally going to say stuff that people just don't like. And no matter, just like what May say, right, he may award these other people his platform. They may come on that platform and get shine and get notoriety and everything else, but they may hold a secret resentment or something towards him. And so when she said that respectfully, like even when somebody says something to me respectfully and they followed up with a diss, like I was like, yeah, you said respectfully, but I still take it the way that you said it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that he was like, yo, there had to be something else there for you to say that, to try to diss me in the context of what was going on. And I think that she may have been holding on to that, just like a lot of people may have their gripes towards Stephen A. And they, excuse me, and I'm not to say that people have to agree with everything he says, but that felt a little bit more personal towards him. And I seen that she got a jab out of that. And oftentimes, like when people get jabs at other people, like these things may be cool for your friend group, but also be mindful of the person's platform you're on and who's allowed you the opportunity to do what you do, right? And these are just like social laws. As smart as that woman may be and as articulate as she sound, sliding somebody or sneak dissing them on their platform. Even though I know it's ESPN, but people come to First Take to watch him, and so I just thought that wasn't tasteful. But that's just my opinion.
That's kind of interesting, Mo. That's really kind of interesting, because what you're basically saying is, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Pause. Respectfully, are you saying that she may be fired? What are you getting at here?
Nah, but he can cut her water off. He can definitely say, hey, man, like ESPN is no shortage of talent, right? Mm-hmm. ESPN, he has leverage. He's put his time in. He's made himself as valuable as he is for 30, 40 years. I don't know how long he's been in the journalism space, and he has the leverage. So that means that if you have a Stat coming up and he wants Stat to join him as a co-host, or if he wants anybody to sit in that seat, you don't have to kiss somebody's ass, but you don't have to,
disrespect.
What they call it. You don't have the Freudian slip, the slip of the tongue. What happens to be in your mind slips out your mouth in slick and disrespectful ways. And so for that, and I just know just being an individual, like you say, okay, I'm gonna remember that. Like, I'm not gonna spaz on you right now, but
I'm gonna remember that.
But you do have to understand social dynamics, and there's a time and place for everything. What goes on in your head, you might have to deal with that yourself. But trying to, like, I've seen people make jabs just to get laughs from their friends, not knowing they fucking themselves over. That's what I'm talking about. And I've seen that in life a whole lot, where
I think people do that a lot. I think people do that a lot, especially on podcasts and media and stuff like that. That a lot of times people are saying things that are going to close doors for them in the future, but they're laughing now. And somebody may say, you're talking about yourself. Well, I'm not talking about me, because I am very calculated when I say certain things.
Yeah, honestly, I have to agree with both of that. And it's like, I know she said how she felt, but I also feel like in that situation, it is true. Stephen A., I don't know the exact logistics, but did give her the opportunity. I feel like if it's a place where Stephen A. felt disrespected, that's a conversation that has to be had between the two, because at the end of the day, like, that's, if that not hurt his feelings, that's not the right term, but if he felt like, I felt like you came at me personally, that needs to be spoken about between them, because, she has that opportunity. Shout out to him. And that is okay to say. That's not a diss at her, because she's earned her stripes, done what she needed to do. She's very knowledgeable and she is respected. But at the end of the day, like, the person that you have to answer to is Stephen A. That is your colleague, but he also, opened a door for you. You have to make sure that you can say how you feel, but it did feel like a personal jab, I'm assuming, on Stephen A.'s point. So it's like, I see both sides. Stay true to what you got to say, but also, like, realize when you might be crossing a line. And
you or something, but when you start to function outside of, like, the things that have created you, you put people in the space to say, like, yo, my man, I'm not trying to throw this in your face, or to these women, I'm not trying to throw this in your face and say, hey, I did that, because this ain't that type of party. But, like, my nigga, don't disrespect me on my own platform. Like, make your point, talk about Caitlin Clark, talk about the WNBA, and talk about all those things. But the fact still remains that Stephen A. and you could have done this 3 years ago doesn't make sense, right? Because he could have then stepped back and he could have said, you know what, I know we're trying to push this conversation forward and trying to have it real fast before we have to move on to the next subject. But what he really wanted to say is, like, the shit wasn't making dollars. Like, they don't pay me to talk about like this because the sponsorship dollars doesn't support what it is that you want me to talk about. Just because you're passionate about it, these leagues lose money. That's why the NBA subsidizes them.
Folks, I've just returned after that beautiful take by the entire crew, but especially Maurice Clarett. So there's not much to say, but I will give my conclusion in saying this. Aren't y'all tired of playing victim gymnastics in Olympics? Aren't y'all tired of picking the highest, most successful black man or woman to use as your trope of why we're not making it where we should be? And as ironic as that sounds, Stephen A is on the top of the food chain when it comes to sports media. Give this foot dragger, gives her a platform. And yeah, I seen her doing cameos on ESPN here and there, but that broad ain't getting no motion like that. Stephen A gave her a motion. And she had the audacity to say Stephen A. Smith wasn't giving light to them dykes over there at the WNBA. You think the corporate world out here is trying to promote lesbian basketball? Let's keep it a buck. The majority of us wasn't watching the WNBA. And Melissa McNutt over here, and what an appropriate last name, because she was real nutty being ghetto like that. She called Stephen A. Smith out like the majority of you ninjas do to a brother or sister that gives y'all an opportunity. And as Maurice said, maybe Monica's, little crew, homegirls, got her feeling herself, telling her to speak up for them. And take out the man basically that gave you a chance, call him out on national TV. And by the way, when you calling somebody out, there's a way to do it, ladies and gentlemen. There's a way to do it. But the broad went full ghetto on national TV, even had corny ass Molly over there panicking, looking to hit the distraction button, as we call it, commercial break. That was ghetto. And I listen to a lot of you YouTubers across these YouTube streets. The same typical angle. Let's go ahead and play victim. Stephen A is a this, Stephen A is a that. Oh God, Stephen A might be done now. Y'all done said Stephen A might be done forever. It's like you really just hating on the brother because he's winning. But y'all gave that ghetto broad over there a pass, looking like a whole dyke on national TV. She couldn't even refrain herself and act appropriate. You'll never see a white man or woman who gets an alley-oop from one of their counterparts and acts buck wild like that, call out the person that gave them an assistance out here in this space. You'll never see that, because the Monica McNutts of the world understand you coming from the WNBA where nobody gave a damn about you. So it's a miracle you're still on television as an analyst. And Stephen A was promoting you. Very wise. Now, if I know Stephen A the way I do in terms as a viewer, he's going to keep it real smooth, still show her a pathway onto his show because he doesn't want to appear too petty. But I was happy Stephen A was talking his junk on his YouTube last night, because it's like, if I was Stephen A and all these black folks always got something to say about me, it don't matter if I help the community or, as y'all say it, I sell out the community, y'all gonna keep berating me over and over. So that's my green light to speak how I want, say what I want, and I won't give a damn. Because Stephen A, if by a miracle you're hearing this small YouTuber's opinion, I pray that you say to hell with that dyke and send her back into the abyss that is the WNBA, and let her go figure it out with those channels on how to make it big out here. But I wouldn't give her an ounce of time on my platform again. Go see if your white counterparts is giving you an alley-oop. Go see if another brother or sister got a platform like mine and is gonna give you motion the way I was. I know I was going on a rant. I'm calm now, y'all. I'm calm. But you ninjas and your victim Olympics is getting old. It's getting old. That was the most ghettoest thing I have seen on ESPN in quite a while. By the way, if we just gotta be real, who the hell is still watching ESPN? Every now and then I might tap in with First Take, but I don't watch ESPN. So it's like I'm listening to all these platforms talking about Stephen A got into it with this Monica McNutt. And it's like, who cares, bruh? She did the typical thing. She shitted on a black man on national TV, but never had the smoke to ask all her white counterparts or her female counterparts, why aren't y'all promoting the WNBA? Instead, she came for Stephen A's neck. Nah, bro, I'm not cool with it. And y'all the same brothers talking about females, black women don't know how to stay in their place, and black women don't know how to respect black men. But when it's Stephen A. Smith, they get a pass with that detrimental behavior, that ghetto-ass behavior on national television. That shit was disgusting, and we look like a damn joke. On God, we do. But around these parts, I'ma say it like it is. You ninjas are some crybabies. A lot of y'all never try to help your situation and do better. And when one of us do make it to the top, we like that crab in a barrel bringing his ass back down. I'm just happy Stephen A. probably is a sellout. I'm glad he's a sellout, because if he's a sellout, he means he could give a damn how y'all think and feel about him. All the black people out here that got their platforms, you worried about Stephen A. Smith. You're not tired of the same fucking narrative? Y'all not tired of that? Give it a break. We get it. He a sellout. He a Uncle Tom. He a coon. What else you got? It's old. But you know what was new yesterday? That dyke Monica McNutt being fucking ghetto on national TV, crying about a league full of lesbians that none of us gave a damn about. All right, I feel a little bit better. I got that off my chest. If you're new to my channel and don't know me, I tend to do this from time to time because we need reality checks that a lot of us, our daddies ain't give us. Oops, I'm sorry, I ain't supposed to go there. A lot of y'all ain't had a father to say, suck that shit up, put your chest out, put your big boy pants on and be a man, be a grown woman, and take it on the chin sometimes. Stop crying. Not one of us would want to be around a damn crybaby. And Monica McNutt was a damn ghetto crybaby on First Take, disrespecting a man that gave her an opportunity to keep getting motion out here. The same energy that, see, I gotta end it with this. The same people that say Stephen A. Smith ain't have smoke like this for his white counterparts, y'all could say the same thing about a Monica. She ain't called nobody white out that wasn't rocking or representing the WNBA. But it's easy for us to attack one another. This was Gravitating Away on Reset TV, and I'm out. Hopefully you felt what I'm saying and you understood where the passion was coming from. You ain't take it too personal. And if you do, you probably one of them weak-ass ninjas with no daddy, no guidance, and didn't understand anything about resolve, about fortitude, about understanding this world ain't easy and you can make it on your own if you have to. You one of them weak ninjas, and I don't want you on my channel anyways. But if you did somehow respect anything I said, I rock with you, salute to you, and I know your days be hard. I know people think you got it all figured out, but you planning and you trying to make it every day, but you don't cry, you don't give up, and you damn sure don't consider yourself a victim. You're triumphant, and I know you can make it, and you the type of person I need on this platform right here. Salute, y'all.